Hello everyone, I am finally back. I'm sorry for not being consistent this week's. I was living my life to the fullest with my little sister. She came in vacation here with me to Italy and we truly enjoyed it. I truly did not have time and the right inspiration to come back here. But I am super thankful for everyone that is here right now. I'm sending you much love. Thank you for following me. It makes me really, really, really happy. Now I have a microphone and I hope that you hear me really well and without any noise outside of me. So my message can be clear and get exactly to you. Today I'm going to make a video that is a little different because I had the chance to watch with my little sister a show. It is called The Good Place and it is all about the afterlife. What happens after we die? Where our souls go? I am trying to not spoil it to you, but it's way deeper than it shows. I hope that you get inspired to watch it and get some insight like I did from it. What is the purpose of life? I am sure that a lot of young people still ask themselves, what is my purpose? What am I born for in this world? And let's say that the answer never comes to you easily because as we see, life is full of challenges, and to get to know really what you truly like in this world full of opportunities and it is really hard, as I have been through it too. We are living in a world where everyone just like to label good things and bad things. This is good, that is bad. In this world, there is a duality, in fact, about good and bad because there cannot be good if there isn't bad. Unfortunately, that is how our world works and it is how we also work. This series just amazed me by how they interpreted this thing because they took four different people in Earth that died at the same time, and they put it together in a fake good place, which would be heaven, with a purpose to torture each other because they had certain characteristic, certain personalities that will go against one another, and it will be torture. And just imagine that these people, yes, did bad things in their life, but most of them didn't know that they were doing bad things. Like they are unaware of the consequences of their action, even though they thought that they were good or that they are somehow an example in living a good life. My opinion about this was always that we just reborn in another human, in another life experience. I don't know. But after watching this, I truly thought about this. It may be true what they are portraying in The Good Place, or it may be not, but the thing is, it truly makes you think about life in general, about the people in your life and your actions that you do on earth and the purpose that you are so desperately looking. And in general, a lot of things and our bad actions are usually because of the trauma that passed on us from the old generation, the parents that grew us up, and things like that. And we are not aware of it until we do not ask ourselves how we and why we react to certain things in a certain way. This is why for me it is so important to get on a self-discovery journey and ask yourself, why do you have certain behavior? Why do you react in a certain way? It is truly important for you to understand yourself and make another choice, and this would make you react in a different way to a thing that usually drove you crazy in the past. And The Good Place, the purpose of the good place it is, that it is a fake good place where people were put in just to torture each other. Let's say the architects of a good place realized at some point that they bonded so much that it was impossible to torture each other anymore. It did not go as planned. I am truly trying to not make spoilers for you because this show is truly wonderful. I hope that you watch it and do your insights on it and maybe let me know. Let's say that a lot of us are trying to be a generally good person in life, so most of us do it because we are good people. The thing is, maybe we are not aware of our actions or our reactions and the consequences of it, and we may not be aware of the fact that even though we do good things, maybe we're hurting someone because we are not aware that a certain reaction is hurting someone, or the ability to not make a choice in life, or let's say us not loving ourselves. When we hate ourselves, we may hurt our mother because she sees us as perfect. When we do not know how to make a choice, we get stuck in life and we are unable to live life freely. Or when we are anxious and have social anxiety, we are not realizing that we are hurting ourselves, and because we are not giving ourselves a possibility to get out there to meet new people. There are a lot of things that, if you think about it, we kind of self-sabotage ourselves without realizing it. This is also part of a good place. It shows in one character, and specifically he was a generally good person in life but still made it to the bad place because he made suffer a lot of people with his indecision in life. This is just an example, but I want you to truly get to know this series and make your own perspective on it because it truly is deep, deeper than it shows, actually. And it truly made me see the world with an overview and made me reaffirm my convictions about life and about the purpose that we have here in this world, and we as souls in general and as persons. The series also kind of talks about the fact that don't do to others that which you do not wish to be done to you. And this is where it struck me because we live in a society where we always, and I mean always, are put in the position to judge other people. Social media, as good as it may do to people because it should connect everyone, it is also the thing that separates us the most. If you think about it, I am putting celebrities as an example. They put themselves out there to be judged. People follow every move of theirs. They base their life and personality based on all over the world. Literally, they are world celebrities, so everyone knows them and judge them and make an opinion about them. They base their whole lives around it. Do you imagine how crazy that is, just to wake up and someone on the internet that you do not even know is judging you, is making assumptions about you, maybe says fake things about you, and they live in this world that they often do not even know themselves, and very few celebrities actually can separate their personal life to their celebrity one, their public one. We made it normal to gossip, to judge others, to envy them, and feel jealousy because they have a life perfect to us. In these days, the hate is like crazy, and this results in like a big community hating on a life of a person because maybe in their point of view have everything that that individual would want, maybe a big home, a lot of money, I don't know, fame is seen like such a incredible thing that would save you from anything in this life, but in this day, it usually sabotages you more than save you. And this is what most of people do not understand, because fame is not that big thing that will save you, will give you money, will make you live your dream life. Fame is actually something that would put yourself under the lights for everyone to have an opinion of you. And it takes courage to walk the road of fame. It takes also an accountability to know that you have to create a boundary between your public figure and your own self. You are risking to lose yourself if you let yourself be whatever everyone is saying about you. And there are a lot of celebrity examples in that case. If you think about it, most of them are truly not happy, even though they have a lot of money, they are pretty, they are beautiful, I don't know. They still did all of this to have a certain image in front of the public. They start to be more authentic and say about their life that is not so perfect as everyone thinks, but still, most of them do not show when they feel bad, when they have a bad day, when, I don't know, they woke up and hurt themselves walking in home, maybe slipped on something. And they just portray everything that they want to portray. And this is why we never know what is true and false in this case. And we believe whatever we see. Believing whatever we see creates a standard of living that is unrealistic. We can never be always happy. We can never be always fulfilled and always striving. It is unnatural. The world is made from good and bad, from ups and downs, from highs and lows. We cannot believe that life is made only of roses and flowers. Let me say to you the story about how I found manifestation. I was in the most depressed state in my life, and I found on TikTok, by the way, a girl that was talking about manifestation and would say that you could get everything you want in this life. You can get anywhere. You can do things out of thin air. I would believe that. To me, it was like, imagine a depressed person, you tell them with convincing things, you like show them kind of proof and everything. But if you do that, you will get everything you want. You will be always happy. Nothing bad will ever happen to you. You just believe it. And to you is like the key to a perfect life, to a perfect self. You could solve every problem you have. You can have no problems in your life, and you could be like this amazing superhuman that walks on earth and does incredible things and lives a life of luxury all day every day. Well, I believed that, and it drove me nuts literally, because I thought that if I would repeat positive things over and over again in my head, then my life would be made only of positive moments. This resulted in every time something went wrong, I would despair. I would be like, how did I do this? This is all my fault because everything I think is the mirror of my life. I have to think positive things again until everything fixes itself back. This and that. I would be really delusional in this point of view, and could not accept when something went wrong in my life, when someone was ill or things like that, because I would just say, this is not real. It's all in my mind. Like, if I can switch it in my mind, then it will be switched outside of my mind. Yeah, it drove me nuts until I matured and I went through things and I truly understood that the real manifestation that happens is within you. You cannot just change things in your head and they would change outside. You cannot just be always positive. I also had like a period of time, maybe half a year, that I just thought positive in my head, and for one day I stopped when I was in vacation, and let me say what burst of emotions I had. I could not understand. I would cry 24/7 and I would not understand why was I crying. Why was I crying? What was the reason? Everything was perfect. But then I understood that all of the emotions that arised up were all of the junk that I didn't let go inside of me, because I would be positive half a year, I would never cry, I would affirm or imagine a good thing or try to change it in my head, and that emotion got suppressed, guess what? When acne popped up, all of the things that all of the things that were hidden inside myself popped up, destructive thoughts, things, and everything, and all together, like boom, an explosion, you know? And of course, I would cry and cry and cry. Do not understand why my partner was going crazy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know. With time, I understood that it was my mistake because I thought that I could erase all of the bad things in my life just by thinking of the good. And yes, it is good to be positive. I understood that the way to go to that feeling of peace inside of you is feeling whatever you need to feel in the moment you feel. It's facing your trauma, is going through the things, accepting whatever you fear, and feel the emotion that you have to feel in the moment. Because if you just try and erase anything you feel, they do not just go poof. They just store themselves there in your gut, and then when you least expect it, they come up, and then you're like a bomb that it explodes every day with new emotions and hidden things that you didn't even know were there. So this is about feeling all good. Now, talking about celebrities, what do they lack? They may be the most successful, the happiest, the most beautiful, and everything, and you would think their life is perfect. They do not have a thing to complain about. But how do you know? You never know what is going on in their family, in their private life, with their health, with their self-esteem, because most of them are going through surgical treatments. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And do you think that is because they have a good self-esteem, because they are pretty, naturally pretty, or I don't know? They go through that because they are actually insecure or care way too much about how people perceive them. They go through that so that they truly may match the perfect expectations that all of their followers expect them to be, like this perfect being that has no flaw and everything. Just imagine a life like that. Would you say that a life like that is happy, a happy one? I would not say that. Then just imagine why their love life is so messed up. Like, most of them cannot have a partner but truly stays with them for the good of bad. Just imagine how many wrong love beliefs they have. Cheating is a often thing for celebrities because they have a wrong sense of self, a wrong sense and beliefs of love and everything, and they are going through a cycle of self-destructions and they do not even realize it. And I'm not talking about all of them because, like I said, some can create like a boundary that cannot be passed in their personal life, and they can separate their personal life to their celebrity life. But not everyone can do that. So someone was educated to be famous, like they didn't even know how is it to be private and to not share everything or to not be perfect or things like that. There are a lot of perspectives that we should analyze before we judge a person in general, not only a celebrity. We never know what they are going through, and this is why being human should be the most important thing at that time, because there are no deities in this world. We are humans, we are imperfect, we are doing good and bad things, knowing or unknowing. And well, that is just life. It's made of up and downs, and the hate that one celebrity gets on time when they do a bad thing, it's like incredible. Just imagine, poor thing. Like, I just misstep one time, everyone saw it, and everyone is pointing the finger at me, and I'm screwed. That is inhuman, guys. Just the hate these days is like on another level. This is why I truly encourage you to see, and maybe if you have a habit of like looking at celebrities and think and judge them, just ask yourself, why am I finding something to judge in that person? Is it real, this perception I have of them? Like I said, you are associating fame with something really good. But if you would have this fame, you would be like amazing, you would have an amazing life. But then ask yourself, why do I associate with fame something that I do not have and I'm not content right now with my life? Ask yourself that and see, what am I lacking in my life, but I think that this person is not so good, it does not deserve the fame she has. Talking about celebrities, we often see their life as perfect and we want that life, and we think that their life is all roses and flowers. If they have money, they can afford anything and they can do amazing things. And I don't know, we idealize that so much. But have you ever thought, if you had all that they had, would you truly be that happy? Would you? I don't think so. In The Good Place, the characters actually get into the good place where everything is fine day by day. You can get anything you want daily. In every second, you just say, I want, let's say, a margarita, and a margarita pops up. A house, a mansion, you want that, you say you want that, and then it pops up. Well, imagine doing this every day, every single day of an eternity, for an eternity. Because the good place, it's eternal. Your soul is there always, all the time. Imagine that. How long does it have to go until you get bored, until that satisfaction is not there anymore, until you're like, oh my god, what do I do with my life? Like, I have everything, what could I want more? Is that happiness? It is not happiness. You need those challenges to get that thing. You've had that mentioned. You need to work for that, to feel, to have this satisfaction for a longer period of time, because at some point even that mansion will become usual to you and you would not feel anymore that sparkle that you felt at first, that is new and it's yours and you finally have it. At some point it becomes your comfort. It's not something new anymore and you search for something new. Just think about it. Does a life with no challenges, with no sad moments and sad parts, would make you truly happy? Is that your happiness, your kind of happiness? The struggles of life are not fun. I went through them. But now I am here. I have found somehow my peace and I am ready for new challenges. I know that it is a never ending process. And I love that through every struggle I go, I get stronger, I get more confident, I get more happier, a more satisfied person in general. Just think about that. This is all that life is about. This is the purpose of every human, to go through life, to go through the challenges, to move through them, and to get to a point where you are satisfied, where you are a wise person that can help other people go through that, or that can help the younger generation, kids, if you want. If not, just live a fulfilled life, because through challenges and things that you go through, you are gaining a more strong personality, a more strong you that is your dream self after all. We often are beating ourselves up for every failure that we go through, for maybe a relationship didn't work out, maybe you were fired, maybe, I don't know, a lot of things happen, but we battle ourselves so much and we think, well, if this would have went well, then everything will be fine. If I have this person, then everything will be fine. If I have, I don't know, this mansion, everything will be perfect. But is it? Would it be perfect? Because then another challenge would arise anyway. If that person is not meant for you, then you would go again with the same problems when you went before. Another problem will arise. So this is a sign for you that you have to change something and find a person more suited for you. If there is a will from both parts to work on it, then work on it. But if not, why attach your happiness to something that it doesn't even make you happy? Like, think about it, truly analyze these things, and you will find your own safety, your own happiness, your own purpose. Ask yourself what truly makes you happy daily, right now, in this moment. Maybe you are sad, you are going through something. Well, what could make you happier? A little bit right now. Do that. In this moment of sadness that we are so running away from, we can gain a lot of wisdom. We can know ourselves even better. So why do not do that? It's beautiful. It's amazing to get to know yourself. Let's say you had the worst day ever. Just think about it. Does every day would be like that? If tomorrow is a good day, will I not appreciate it better? Because yesterday made me feel awful, but today I'm feeling even better because amazing thing happened. It was like life is a cycle of good and bad, and we are made of that. We cannot escape the bad. It makes us human. Our emotions is the most strong thing we can ever have, and through them we can move mountains. We can reach tops and do anything we put our mind to. I will make videos about each kind of emotions and how that could help you in your life in general. This is my purpose here because I got to know it. Like some years ago, I didn't even know what I wanted to have for breakfast. But in fact, you find yourself living your life by living life with all the goods and bads and getting any insight you can get from that. Just stay there and appreciate each moment, because if everything was roses and flowers, you could not appreciate it eternally. The joy of life is not about all of that good things that you think they come with the dream life you aspire to, but is that satisfaction that whatever you went through, all of that hardships that you went through, got you to where you dreamed of. All of that story that you had behind you is important and makes you feel happy, because even though everything was falling apart, I managed to go through it, and I managed to reach a level of my life what I am proud of. Imagine if you just, I don't know, want to be an astronaut, and in one day you are going in the ship in space and you do not understand nothing. You stay there, you are in space, and you say, just, is that what easy? But imagine you go through hard work, through passion to get there, and when you reach it, imagine the happiness. This is what brings you happiness. I almost ended my video, and then I remembered that I wanted to talk about something else regarding this topic. Like I mentioned in my older videos, my coping mechanism in the past was video games. And one of the video games that I played mostly, like, all my life was The Sims. I am sure you are familiar with it, and if not, you can search it up. It is a simulation game where you can like create your characters and make them live like real life, get jobs and grow old and do families and things like that. Well, in that game you have cheat codes. Yeah, you have cheat codes where you can do anything you want to. You can make you as rich as you want to, like immediately, and things like that. Well, what does happen in that case? When you make a character and you make it insanely rich right now, he doesn't have to work, he has no worry in this life, he can do whatever he wants. Just that you can buy him whatever he wants and things like that. At some point, you get bored. You get bored. Yeah, this is why I talked about before. This is why there are a lot of players in The Sims that they like play consistently for 1 month or so, and then they stop like for half a year, and then the urge to come back comes back and things like that, because Also, a lot of them use that game as a form of I used it. If I have no control in my life, at least I have control over my Sims. But it's the same point as before. If you give everything to that sim, her life is perfect. You can try and make everything perfect, the perfect marriage, perfect kids, perfect everything. You get bored. You do not even end and go through that family. And that is not about those simmers that are like they are going through challenges, they are making their gameplay interesting because they truly enjoy the game and they want to make it as interesting as possible. And this was also the point of that. So it's the same as I said before. If everything in your life is going smoothly, always, like you never experience a bad day, you never experience a bad emotion, you never experience something that like makes you feel alive, then you are just numb. You are numb as the characters in the good place. They are numb and they do not know what to do more their life for eternity. That is, I think, a form of torture worse than anything. So this is it, guys. I know you liked this video. I know that it gave you the right insight. And if you are here at the end, I truly love you and appreciate you. And truly let me know what you think about it. And hit like and subscribe so I know that you appreciate my content and I get to you soon enough. I am coming back to you. And kisses. See you in the next video.